Okay, so Jake and I are going to run outside. We're going to use the ADMA-SPEED and the data logger, and we are going to do some brake testing using the new data logger software. So should be exciting. Here we go. Okay, so now we're just going to put the ADMA-SPEED in the back seat, and Jake is going to put the antenna anywhere on the roof. There we go. ADMA-SPEED, GPS, and the IMU can go anywhere on the vehicle. Jake's gonna put the unit just on the floor, and we're running it through the window so we don't mess with our wiring. Easy peasy. Now we're gonna use this Ethernet with his laptop, and we're gonna connect power with an accessory adapter. All right, so we connect some Ethernet. We're gonna use one of these adapters. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick setup here. One of the things you really wanna make sure is that you set the standstill detection on your vehicle. So Jake just hit the button. We're sitting still in drive. Jake's gonna open up the data logger software. So we're going to open it up, and now we're looking at the brake panel that is pre-designed for us. That makes life real easy. It's using the add-on braking. It's got some tabs over here that we can use. And once we get out into the proving grounds, we'll start to look at these things. But on panel, is it panel 9?
Yep.
We have this nice tabular matrix that should basically start to fill in a new row with each brake test that we do. So let's go to the proving grounds. Okay, now we're gonna head on out to the proving grounds, which is also called a parking lot. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our built-in web browser, and we're gonna hit the start command down there, the send command. That's gonna start. Then we're gonna look at this countdown here, and as soon as it goes to 0, we know that we can do our straight line. So right now you can see the Kalman filters are at 0. And we're gonna start our straight line now. So I'm gonna put it in drive, how about? And here comes the straight line. Now when we do this, the yaw snaps to the right angle here. And now we're just gonna go ahead and do a couple of figure eights. Now while we're doing figure eights, you can see how fast, even with the speed, how incredibly fast this thing is initializing. With the ADMA Pro, it's extra fast. So we want to do a little bit of straight line here as we do our figure eights. And again, very quickly initializing. So watch longitudinal as I hit the brakes. Ooh. Quickly went
43
up. So we'll do a little bit more here since we might have GeneSys outages. It's best to get the Kalman filter up above, say 70%, and I'm told above 40% on the proving grounds is plenty. Now, let's go ahead and do some brake testing. All right, so let's go ahead and switch to the brake panel. We set up prior, and we can go right down to this guy. And we've already done a couple of brake tests here. And we're gonna go straight, get above our arming speed. Boom. Get another row. It's that fast. So now you can determine whether you had a good test prior to leaving the proving grounds. There's nothing worse than running a bunch of testing only to find out later that they weren't valid. So it's that easy. The ADMA data logger does have some predefined panels built in. These can be used however you want them to be used. We like the status, for instance, speed or whatever. So it's pretty useful. So there's our window distance that we stopped, our MFDD braking distance, and other data needed for your brake test. Easy peasy. All right, there you go. That's how we do brake testing very quickly with the GeneSys ADMA.